Hi, I'm Jenny Buchanan, and sometimes my Facebook Live goes a little crazy and it doesn't record my audio for like the first 30 seconds, so I kind of don't want to start talking and it's not recording my audio. So hopefully everyone can hear me and I'm not talking to myself, or I look like an idiot right now talking about nothing and you can hear me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start, and hopefully my audio is recording. But my name is Jenny Buchanan, and I am a princess. I'm super close to hitting Crown Princess. Probably here in the next month or so that will happen, but I am just patiently waiting right now. So I'm just going to share my road to royalty story with you guys, and hopefully it encourages you. But kind of how this started for me, I have never done anything like this before. I have never done any direct sales. I have never done any sales. Actually, I am probably the worst salesperson there is. I start out by saying, now you don't have to buy this, but da 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 da. Like, that's how I sell things. It's really bad. So I am so serious. I am so not a salesperson. So this is crazy to me that this is my world now and this is my life, but I love it. So kind of how this started for me was I've always loved lipstick. I love fun, bright colors. I've always worn bold lipstick. I love it. I love makeup. Of course, today I'm not wearing bright, bold color. I'm wearing gold champagne. I tried it for the first time. But anyway, I've always loved lipstick. But once I became a mom, I'm a mom of 3. I have 2 boys and a little girl. They are 2 is my daughter, 5 and 7 are my sons. So when I became a mom, I just stopped worrying about lipstick. I did. I didn't have the time for it. It was crazy. My world got turned upside down and I was a mom. And I couldn't ever kiss my kids, especially now that my boys are older. They would never let me kiss them. And I didn't want to kiss them, honestly, with lipstick on because it would smear all over their face. The lipstick I wore was always like MAC and Stila. So like when you kissed, it was like it spread and got bigger and bigger and bigger on their face the more you tried to wipe it off. So I just stopped wearing lipstick altogether, and I wore chapstick like crazy. I was totally addicted to chapstick. I had it everywhere, all over my house. I always had chapstick. I was just addicted to it. But I always had really dry, peely lips. Like I would sit here and bite and bite and bite and peel and peel and peel my lips. And so anytime I would go back to wearing my lipstick, like for a special occasion or something like that, I would pay for it for like a week after. My lips would be shot. So once my kids started getting a little bit older, I wanted to just venture and wear more lipstick. Like red lipstick was coming back in style, and so I was like, yay! So I went out and got me some Stila red lipstick. I loved it. I just kind of felt like me again. It felt so good after having 3 kids to just put lipstick back on. That sounds so weird, but it's true. I just kind of lost a piece of me. And for me, it was kind of my sass and my spunk, and that's what I loved about lipstick. That I loved the way it made me feel. I loved that just putting lipstick on made me feel better and made me feel like myself. So once I started wearing it again, I just started feeling more like myself again, and I kind of just came back to me again after being a mom for so long. So I would wear it occasionally, but I would kiss my kids, especially my boys, and they would hate it. My husband would hate it. And so I just wore it occasionally again. So then one day, a friend of mine, Jen Stitt, who I am signed up with, she messaged me, and we were friends. We had known each other in a Bible study that we did together. It's not like we were like best friends or close friends. We were kind of Facebook acquaintances and knew of each other from a Bible study. But she private messaged me one day and said, hey, have you ever heard of this stuff called lip sense? I just got introduced to it by my sister, and I always notice that you have fun, bright, bold lips on. Have you ever tried it? And I messaged her back and I said, oh, that's sweet. Thank you so much. I do love lipstick. No, I've never heard of this. And she goes, well, I'm having a party at my house this weekend on Sunday if you want to come and just check it out. I heard home party and I checked out. So when it came to direct sales, I had been just bombarded by anyone and everyone that has ever sold anything at all. And I just checked out and I was like, oh, cool, home party. No. So I look back on that, I feel so bad, but I told her, I was like, you know, that sounds really fun, but my main question is, I do love lipstick, but is it really drying to your lips? Because my lips are so dry and peely, I don't need anything else that's going to dry them out. And she goes, no, she was new to it. No, it's not. I've actually heard that it like nourishes your lips and makes them healthier. And so I was like, okay. So in the back of my mind, I thought, okay, that might be a fun party to go to. It was really one of the only direct sales home parties that I was interested in. Like all the other ones I was not interested in, and people kept thinking I would be the type to be interested in their home parties, and so I just got sent tons and tons and tons of stuff like that, but I was not. So I told her, you know, yeah, maybe I'll come, and so I asked a friend of mine to come with me to that party on that Sunday. And I even remember telling my sister-in-law at the time, she said, what are you doing this weekend? And I said, well, I have to go to some lipstick party for a friend of mine that invited me to it. I said, I'm not really wanting to go, but I'm kind of intrigued by it. It's about lipstick, and you know I love lipstick. And it was kind of like the Lord planted a seed in my heart right then, and I knew that I was going to do this. It was the weirdest thing. But I said, you know what's weird? If I like this on Sunday, I may sign up to sell this. And she was like, really? Weird. And I go, I know, that's so strange. But I remember telling her, driving in that car that day, I'd never even tried it, and I just said, if I like it, I think I might sign up and do it. And so Sunday came, and it was a really rainy day and just gloomy. We had been to church, and I was getting the kids down. I was like, oh, I just don't want to go. The friend that I invited, she bailed on me, and she had to study for a test, and so I was like, I'm just not going to go. So I texted Jen. I said, I'm so sorry, I just can't make it today. But thank you for inviting me. And so I didn't go, but in the back of my mind, I kept thinking, I was like, that's weird. And so it was just really like the Lord just placed it in my heart, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. So fast forward a week, the next Sunday, I'm going to church, and I'm wearing my hot pink Stila lipstick that I loved wearing, and I go to get my daughter out of her car seat, and she was wearing a white dress. She bumped her hand into my lip, therefore it went on my dress and her dress. So she had bright hot pink lipstick on her and on me. I was just super frustrated. And that was just from bumping my lip, okay? Then we went to lunch with friends. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Holly. I know, I'm telling you. This is my story. I bailed on you. So then we went to lunch with friends afterwards, and new friends, okay? We were just meeting them, and we're eating, and I took a bite, and I had this hot pink line all down my chin the whole time we were eating lunch. My husband never told me. The girl I was talking with never told me. I didn't know till I got back in the car. I was like, cool, thanks for this, for not telling me about that. He's like, well, I don't know, I didn't notice. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I came back to the house, and another girl came over to pick up something I was selling that day, and I was talking to her the whole time. My lips felt really dry and just gross, like they just felt gross. After she left, I went and looked in the mirror, and my lips looked awful. It literally looked like I'd probably made out with my husband before she got there, and then came and answered the door, and I was like, it looked awful. And so I just immediately thought, I need to call Jen. If this stuff works, I need to call her and I need to see. So I messaged her and I said, hey, would you be willing to show me this one-on-one one night? And she said, yes, of course. So I met with her on a Thursday night at a Starbucks. It was like 8 o'clock. And it was me and another girl, Jill. And honestly, it was Jennifer's like first time to do this by herself. She had had her launch party, but we went into Starbucks. She had everything set up, and I'm thinking, oh, good Lord, here we go. What's about to happen? And she goes, y'all bear with me. This is my first time to do this really on my own, so just hang in there with me. So she was telling us about it, and I went for safe. So I had seen a color on a friend, and it was beige champagne, and I thought it was beautiful. And so I was like, okay, let me just try beige champagne. I already have my hot pinks and my reds. If I'm going to get something, I want something I'll wear every day. So I went for beige champagne. I tried it on, and it was okay. I was like, yeah, this is pretty. It's okay. It wasn't my favorite. And Jen just said, Jenny, try on the red. That's you. And I go, okay, you're right. So instead of taking it all off and getting like red lips, Jen was smart and told me not to do that. So I just layered blue red on top of my base champagne since it was so neutral. And I instantly fell in love. And I knew from that moment when I had that red lipstick on, I was sold. And so both Jill and I, the girl I was with, I don't think Jennifer was expecting this, and she just thought we were going to buy some, and we said, you know what, I think we're going to sign up. And she's like, oh, whoa, okay, I wasn't expecting that. So she's trying to like fumble around and get everything done for us to sign up. And we signed up that night, and I had a lot of questions that night. I didn't know what I was doing. Honestly, I think it was the Lord moving my lips for me and my hands for me, because I didn't know what I was doing. Like I said, I'd never done any direct sales, nothing before, so I was clueless on everything. So I didn't even ask my husband, and we did not have money at the time. I mean, we did not have money. So I used to have to find things around the house to sell, like on garage sale pages, if I wanted to buy anything, because we didn't have extra money. So I came home, and I knew he was going to freak out that I was about to spend $350 on lipstick. And so I came home and I said, okay, babe, I signed up to do this for $50. Now it's $55, but at the time it was $50. And I said, I'm going to buy a bunch of lipstick, and my plan is I'm going to buy this all, and then I'm going to sell some to recoup some of my cost, and then just be done. And I said, and if this all crashes and burns, then I owe you $300. I'll find you some stuff to sell around the house and pay you back. And he's like, okay, seriously, this is ridiculous. I go, I know, it's kind of crazy. So I placed my first order that night. Like, I signed up, I came home, I took a shower, my lips were still on, I washed my face, still on, I brushed my teeth, still on, I went to bed, woke up the next morning, lips still on, threw on more gloss, went about my whole entire day, kissed all my kids, ate breakfast, lunch, dinner, all my lips were still on. I wore it like a complete 24 hours before I took that first one off. So I was so super sold. So I came home that night and I placed my first 300 PV order, and I ordered me like 10 sets. And really I was just going to sell some of that, like to my mom and my best friend, and just recoup some of my money and then just stop. But that is not what the Lord had planned for me, and I'm so glad he didn't. But I kicked and screamed and fought with him the whole way. So I had my launch party. Jen came over and did my launch party. I didn't know what I was doing. Honestly, none of my close friends came to my launch party, and I was like, oh gosh, nobody really came that I knew. But it was like people from high school days, just people I hadn't seen in years and years. They came to my launch party. And so by the end of my launch party, I had $1,200 in my PayPal account. And I was thinking, okay, this is going to be something, I guess. So I placed my second order, and it was much larger, and just told my husband, I think this is kind of turning into something, but I'm just going to wait till it fizzles out and then be finished with it. And so delivered all that stuff, and honestly, they just kept coming. Like, people just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming, and I couldn't keep up with it. And my first girl that signed up under me signed up at my launch party, and it was Lonnie, and she's my friend. And I kind of begged her not to sign up under me. I was like, please don't do this to me. I don't know what I'm doing. What Jen is doing for me, I can't do that for you. Like, I don't know anything about these products. I don't know anything except that I love it. And that's all I can tell you. And so now I have friends that say they remember my very first Facebook post. That night I came home from Starbucks, I'd never taken a selfie. I'd never taken a picture of myself ever. And I made a picture of myself with these lips, and I go, y'all, you know how I love telling you about good stuff, and I just fell in love with the product. So if anybody wants this, I signed up to sell it, but please don't feel like you have to buy anything. I'm just telling you, I love it. It's wonderful. And so now I have friends that remember that first Facebook post, and now they're on my team. Everybody's joined me. Let's see, what else happened? Okay, so it just kept going and kept happening, and I started getting all these free products, and I didn't know why I was getting all these free products. I would message Jen, and I'd say, what the heck is all this? And she's going, girl, you're getting your fast starts. And I'm going, what's a fast start? Like, I'm clueless on everything. And she's trying to explain everything to me. I was so lost on what PV is. I was so lost on what fast starts are. I had, like I said, I'd never done anything like this. So all I knew is back in my high school days, I was a personal assistant for a very high up Mary Kay lady. And that's all I knew about direct sales. And so I worked for her and I was her personal assistant. I used to set up for her trainings each week. I used to do her newsletters. I used to package her orders. I used to do her inventory sheets for her and stack all the new product in when her orders would come in. That was my job. And so I think it's really crazy how the Lord has flipped all this, and now I'm in her position, and it's just crazy. And what's weird is the Lord gave me a dream about this sweet lady that I used to work for before I even started SeneGence. So like I say, it was like he planted a seed in my heart that this was going to happen. I'm going to try not to cry. Okay, so I was just getting, everything was happening so fast. I was meeting people one-on-one constantly. I had my 3 kids with me in the car, and I would go meet them in parking lots to try on lip syncs. It was going fast, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So that whole first, I've done this 7 months now, but like literally it's a blur. You know, when you have a newborn and everything's a blur, you don't really remember it. That's kind of what the beginning of this was for me, because it took off so fast. So just everything started happening. Everybody started signing up under me. And I quit probably 5 times. I know for sure I quit 5 times. In my mind, I quit several other times. But like typed it out in a text to Jen, I'm going to quit 5 times. So every time I would have it typed out, because I'm kind of a quitter. This sounds really bad, but if I get really overwhelmed with something, and if something's going really, really well for me, I freak out, I shut down, and I quit. And I've done it with everything. I've started so many businesses, and they take off. And as soon as they take off, it freaks me out, and I stop and I quit. And so I wanted to do that so bad with this, but it just kept happening. And every time I had a message typed up, and I was like, Jen, I just don't think that this is for me. I can't handle all this. I think I'm just going to bow out right now. I'll just send all my people to you. Every time I had that typed out, the Lord would send somebody my way, and literally somebody would send me a text right then before I hit send, and it would say, hey, you sell lip syncs? I've been looking for someone to sign up under. Can I sign up under you? Not kidding. I would have it typed up again, and the price had gone up from $50 for a set to $55, and that was my other big moment that I was like, I can't ask people for $5 more. I just can't do it. And I had it all typed up to her that I was going to quit, and same thing. Somebody said, hey, I'm dying to get my hands on some of this stuff. Can you meet with me? I mean, every time I had it typed up, the Lord would send someone in to be like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not quitting. You're sticking with this, girl. So I tried to quit a lot of times, and for me, I'm just going to read something that I posted, because when I got my SeneCar, which I don't even know when I qualified for that, like I said, everything was a blur. I'm not the kind to keep up with numbers. I'm not. I have to call Jen constantly and be like, what does this mean? I don't keep track of numbers. I don't keep track in my back office to look to see how well I'm doing. I'll look to see how good my girls are doing, but like for me, I've literally given this whole business over to the Lord. And I pray about every single girl that's going to be on my team. I pray that the Lord will bring me those girls that are going to fit for my team. And if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. I don't get stressed over it. I don't check my numbers constantly. I'm in this to please the Lord. I'm in this for Him to just show how faithful He is, because He has taken our family from like nothing, and that's a whole nother testimony, to I cannot believe this is my life. So, when I got my car qualification, I don't know when it was, but I got the full amount and I decided to just go ahead and do it. And we went and got the car. Our car was getting older, and it was time to do something. And our car that we had at the time was given to us. It's an amazing story. But I was pregnant with my 3rd. Our car was given to us by a couple that prayed about who they needed to give their car to, and the Lord told them to give it to us. And so when I knew that SeneGence had a car thing, I kind of had it in my heart. I was like, I think this is going to happen for us. And when it started becoming a reality, I started praying about, okay, who am I going to give our car to? It was given to us, so I need to give it to somebody else. And so we gave it to our church, and our car was just, not going to cry. Hold it together, Jenny. Our car was just given away to another family that needed it. Okay, I'm going to read what I wrote the day that I picked up our car. And again, I'm going to try not to cry. I'm trying to make this short so it's not so long, so y'all hang with me, but literally God is throughout my whole entire story. But this pretty much sums up everything that I posted the day I went to pick up our car. Okay, it says, bear with me on this long post alert. I wanted to quit the night I signed up because I had been added to 1 million Facebook pages and was overwhelmed. I wanted to quit at my first launch party when I was totally overwhelmed and clueless and knew nothing about these products. I wanted to quit when my very first person signed up under me because I knew I couldn't be a leader and I didn't want to be a leader. I wanted to quit when the special ran out and the cost of the 3-piece starter kit went from $50 to $55. I wanted to quit when I got my first message that said, why isn't this staying on like you said it would? I wanted to quit when I was asked about taxes and knew I was clueless, and that totally overwhelmed me. I wanted to quit when my team started growing because I felt I was thrown into a new manager position and didn't even know the first job yet. I wanted to quit the first time someone asked me about the product and I didn't have a clue how to answer them. I wanted to quit on my first product return. I wanted to quit when I heard no thank you. I wanted to quit when I was overwhelmed at a party and going, what in the world am I doing? I wanted to quit when I was driving to meet everyone individually with my kids. Sorry, I just clicked on the wrong button. With my kids in the back seat. I wanted to quit when things slowed down and I got scared and thought that maybe this was it. Maybe I'm done now. I wanted to quit when I heard someone say something negative about the product. I wanted to quit a lot, but I'm so glad I didn't because all those ladies on the Facebook pages are now my friends. They cheer me on. Okay, hold it together. They cheer me on and encourage me. They are my Sene sisters. And I used to make fun of that word. I did. I used to make fun of all these like rankings and titles. I just thought it was silly. And now I love it. Okay, hold it together, Jenny. I wanted to quit. Okay, so now I know more, not everything, on these products, and they are fabulous. I now have 115 and counting. This was a long time ago when I got my car, so now my group is over 300 ladies. So I now have over 300 ladies and counting under me, and I've discovered I absolutely love being a leader. I believe in that $55 price now, and I believe it's worth every penny or more because these products are simply amazing. That why isn't this staying on me comment quickly changed to, you were totally right. I gave it a few weeks longer, and now my lips are fully exfoliated and they feel great. This stuff is amazing. Can I get more colors from you? I still feel overwhelmed by taxes, but Kendra sure did put my mind at ease talking it out. My team is amazing, and we are all new, and we all work together to learn it all. We are there for each other every step of the way. I still don't have a clue how to answer some questions, but I'm learning more and more about each product and finding more and more how much even more incredible they are than I originally thought. Not everybody likes every product, and that's totally fine. For every no, I have to remember the 100 yeses I got. Parties are fun now. I was your #1 home party hater. Yes, it's crazy girly fun, and I love seeing ladies leave feeling beautiful and confident. Hey, let's be honest, I want to quit everything when I'm driving with my kids. My husband is the very one. Oh, I skipped one up here. Oh, man. So in my I wanted to quit things up here, I wanted to quit. When I heard my husband say the laundry is piled up and we haven't had dinner in a week. I wanted to quit when my kids said, you're going to another lipstick party. So here's my thing to that. Here we go. Okay, my husband is the very one who will not let me quit. He's watched the kids countless times, night after night, without a single complaint. He's done laundry and cooked, and he's my biggest cheerleader. Yep, kids, I'm going to another lipstick party. For 7 years, I've done nothing in the evenings. I'm home all day and night with you. And yep, Mama's getting out for some fun. I think it's much needed and important thing for moms to do. Get out, and it makes me get out, and it's fun. The slow times are when I have faith and the trust kicks in. This became about so much more than just selling lipstick several months ago. The Lord is growing me and molding me into something I never knew was possible, because honestly, I always shut him down before he really had the chance to show me things he wanted for me. Scroll up. Sorry, I told you this was long. I lost my spot when I scrolled up. Sorry. I always shut him down before he really had a chance to show me things he wanted for me, or show me things he wanted to teach me about me. When I'm learning so much about, and I'm learning so much about me, I'm learning I am capable of so much more than I ever gave myself credit for. This has turned into helping women feel beautiful and confident, making new friends who share the same passion, and finding out who my biggest cheerleader of friends are. They encourage me and they tell me, I've got your back, you can do this, I'm so proud of you. It's turned into, you have no idea how much you've helped me just by posting one picture. I'm going through something and your post helped me. Direct sales have a bad rap, and I was definitely one of the #1 haters until I took the plank out of my own eye and discovered that direct sales are just a way to support us regular folk. I'm so grateful to Joni, our founder, and that she didn't sell out to the major cosmetics industry and instead gave little old me an opportunity to share the amazing dream and products. Instead of putting money in the pockets of higher-up cosmetics people, she's helping me to provide for my family. One of these days, we'll actually take a real family vacation thanks to SeneGence, and we're going to Disney in December. And that's why I started this, was because I wanted to take my kids to Disney, and I knew we would never, ever be able to do that. So this is why I started this. I wanted Disney, and I wanted hardwood floors. Okay. And to top it all off, look what the Lord did for us. Thanks to SeneGence, my amazing team, my incredible friends, and my loyal customers and my supportive family, he blessed us with a brand spanking new car. What? I've never had a new car in my life, and I still can't believe it, but yep, he is good. When he guides you in a direction that you thought you'd never go, and you can literally see yourself dragging your heels and him pushing you from behind saying, come on, daughter, if you just trust me, I'll show you. More than you could ever ask, dream, or imagine. Hang on, told you, keeping it together. And now I can't see through my words. I cry every time I read this. Okay. Everything you could ever ask, dream, or imagine. I suggest you pick up those heels and take his hand and say, okay, Daddy, let's do this. I trust you. Because when you obey and you give him the glory, great things are in store. Yes, sometimes material things that are much needed, but the greatest is the non-material things. Those are the most needed, and the most rewarding. What a blessing this company has been to me for these past 5 months, now 7 months. It's so much more than just lipstick. It's a passion I never knew I had. And then I said, now excuse me while I go sleep in my new free car tonight. So anyway, sorry that was long, but that is pretty much my heart in a nutshell on a post, a Facebook post, that's been shared around like crazy because so many ladies can relate to the wanting to quit part. I mean, like, I wanted to quit so many times. I could literally see my heels in the ground and God pushing me from the back saying, if you'll just pick up your heels and stop being a pain, I've got great things to bless you with, but you've got to get in there and do the work and do it and stop trying to quit. So that's my story. And honestly, it's not about the makeup anymore. It's not about the lipstick. Like, that's why I signed up. And that's why most people sign up, because they want a discount. That's all I did. I wanted a discount. I wanted to get as much as I could for 50% off. But it has changed my life. It has changed everything about my life. It has changed the way I see myself. I just always quit everything. This is the first thing I haven't quit, and look how far I've come. In 7 months, I'm now princess, about to be crown princess in the next couple weeks, hopefully. And I would have never had this happen if I wouldn't have just given my whole entire thing over to God. I am now kind of known for my selfies, which is ridiculous because selfies were my pet peeve. Literally my pet peeve. I had never taken a single selfie and they drove me crazy. But I found a way to help ladies and to help ladies feel beautiful in their pictures. And it's not about taking a picture of you and having a boastful picture. That's what I thought selfies were, was just like putting your face all over and for people to tell you, oh, you're pretty, and it made you feel good. That's what I thought they were. It's not. When I started doing this, it just became about selling my product and photographing my product well so that I could sell it. And then that in turn spilled into other ladies' lives, and I get messages constantly about, thank you for helping me take a picture. I've never taken a picture of myself that I like, and through you helping me, I feel beautiful in this picture. And because I feel beautiful, I posted it, and I got 4 new sales off of it. And that makes my heart explode. That's why I'm in this business. I think for most of us, it becomes not about the makeup anymore, and it's about the life change and heart change and the SeneSisterhood and all those silly words that I used to sit there and make fun of. It sounds ridiculous, but I did. I thought like, oh, I'm a lady, I'm a duchess, like, I always just thought that was so silly. And now I'm like, you're darn right I'm a princess, and I'm going to wear that crown. And I used to be embarrassed that I was going to get a crown on my head. I'm like, you better believe I'm getting a crown. So it's just turned into an amazing, wonderful, wonderful journey. And I have not done a single thing. I've been the hands and I've been the feet, but God has been the center of it, because I told him, I'm not going to be doing this. This is not me. This is so far from me, so you're going to have to work through me. So I literally just lay everything at the feet of Jesus, and I say, take over. And if you don't want them on my team, then don't put them on my team. And if that's not going to be a sale, then okay, let my heart be okay with it. And that's how it's been. And so that's why I don't check my numbers. That's why I don't really check anything, because I just say, Lord, when you're ready for this to stop, make it stop. But if you're ready for this to grow, then make it grow. So he's done nothing but make it grow, and I'm so glad that he has, because I have a wonderful group of women that I'm surrounded with. And now I used to make fun of going to trainings. I used to hear the word training and I'd be like, nope, not going. Just because I flashed back to those days of when I used to have to set up the trainings for my lady and the things that they did, and that's what I had in my mind that this was going to be like. And it's not. It's not at all. It's amazing and it's wonderful. And the trainings are phenomenal. I made one of my first posts at our pit stop training, and I literally started crying in the middle of it, because it was just flashbacks of everything that I had ever thought was silly or thought, that's dumb, that'll never happen, or anything. And it was like the Lord convicted my heart, and he goes, I'm trying to use this, 1, as a ministry, but 2, to bless your family. And I cannot tell you how much this has blessed my family. Like I said, we're going to Disney in December, and we're going to get hardwood floors. Those are the only 2 things I wanted. And he's given me that and so much more. So if you are interested in this business, I say go for it. It is $55, and it can change your life. And I also just encourage you to not get stressed, to not look into things too much. All those things that I read about that I wanted to quit, that my house was in shambles, that laundry was piled up, we hadn't eaten dinner in a week, I hadn't cooked, I still haven't cooked, but you'll get past that, and it's the hard work and the dedication, and then the reward comes after that. And so just don't get too focused on, I have to sell, I have to sell, I have to sell, I have to get these people underneath me. That can get annoying. So just put it at the feet of Jesus and say, your will be done. That's what I've done, and look how far it's gotten me. So thank you for watching, and that's just a little taste of my story. There's so many more God moments in there that I'd love to share, but I don't want to bore y'all either. So thanks for listening, and I hope this helped you. And sign up, join us on this wonderful SeneSisterhood. Bye.